Yes, we saw exactly what we anticipated after the FOMC meeting and the rate decision. Guys, we saw this dump all the way back down, and yesterday I told you that this is going to be extreme strong support, the 61.8, and also this major volume level from the volume price range exactly here. But guys, what are the results from the CPI data and also the FOMC meeting, which is actually still ongoing?
About when can consumers expect some relief?
Well, you know, I don't have a precise date for you, but what we said is that we want to make sure that we're confident that inflation is actually moving back down to 2%. And when we are, then we can look at loosening policy. So having that kind of confidence that inflation will be at 2%, it just pays benefits to the whole economy, to all Americans for a long period of time. We had that period for a very long time. We very much want to get back to a place where people can not think about inflation. It's just not a concern in the everyday economic decisions that they make. We were there for a long time, and our goal is to get back to that place. And we've made good progress, and we're in the phase now of just sticking with it until we get it done.
The only thing that is going to be from benefit if you're going to buy cryptocurrencies and especially Bitcoin. But guys, we're going to look at the charts to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, because yes, I told you that if we're going to come all the way back up above this major resistance zone, which will now act as support, that we could expect this consolidation. But we're going to look at the overall picture of Bitcoin and of course the results from the CPI data and also the FOMC meeting. But guys, we're also going to look at Solana that saw a major push towards upside. So if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4Crypto. Yes guys, today I uploaded a little bit later because I didn't want to upload a video before the FOMC meeting. So guys, let's directly go over to the crypto bubbles, and if we go on the daily bubbles, yes, we can see that our portfolio is in some major profits. Yes guys, we've been talking about all of these coins, and if you missed all of these coins, guys, make sure to watch my previous videos, smash up the like button, but most importantly subscribe so that you're not going to miss any of my upcoming videos. And yes, we saw that Injective went up 16.6%, so ultimately the market looks extremely bullish. So let's go over on the daily chart of Bitcoin, because yes, exactly as I predicted, that we're going to see this dump, but this is going to recover as soon as possible after the FOMC meeting. And yes, we've been talking about exactly this chart, and like I told you in the previous video, that we always saw these dumps before the FOMC meeting, but we can see exactly here, we saw this quick recovery after the previous FOMC meetings, and this is exactly what we saw today. The price movement directly bounced back up, and this is extremely bullish for the price movement of Bitcoin. And clearly on the daily chart we can see we came nearly up to the 78.6, got this rejection, and at the moment we are trading within this range. And this is also going to be extremely important, because like I told you in the previous video and also a couple of weeks ago, that this is going to be our most important area, the 61.8, which perfectly lines up with this major volume cluster exactly within these levels. Because if we're going to zoom out a little bit more, we can see that exactly within this zone we can see extreme high volume, and this means that yes, this is going to be our point of control, the mid-range exactly from the high and also the low exactly here. So ultimately guys, we can see that Bitcoin is at the moment trading exactly within the top of this range, above the 50% and also 61.8 level, which is going to be extremely bullish. Because yes, if we're going to see this continuation, and this is going to be our range low, the $66,000 all the way up to the $67,000, we could expect a consolidation before we could expect breaking this major resistance. Yes, this is the resistance from the previous all-time high. But before we're going to go on the even lower time frames, let's go over to the news. So yes, overall we can see that the CPI, the CPI data came out lower than expected. But yes, which was really a driving factor is the FOMC meeting, and as we can see and as we also heard from Fed Jerome Powell, the Fed leaves the rates unchanged for the 7th straight meeting. So yes, overall nothing has changed to this fake inflation numbers, because yes, we all know that these numbers are rigged. and that they're giving us false information, but sooner or later they need to start printing. And yes, now that the Fed rate decision and the FOMC meeting is done, we could expect that the price movement of Bitcoin is going to consolidate back above this range. So first of all, we're going to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, and we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement level exactly from the top of this range, exactly here where we formed this double top once over here and over here, which was our swing high, round about the levels of 72,000 US dollars. We saw that the price movement came down, and exactly 48 hours before the FOMC meeting, we saw this dump all the way back down to the 66,000 US dollar level, exactly here. And yes guys, we saw this bounce back above this very important level, and we can see that the price movement exactly closed with a 4-hour candle close at the 61.8 retracement level. But overall guys, we could expect, yes, our 38.2 is exactly this previous resistance, which will now act as support. So overall guys, I expect this consolidation underneath the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, which is exactly the level of 69,000 US dollars. So ultimately, if we're going to break the 70,000 psychological level, I could expect this pump all the way back up to the previous high, and this is going to be extremely important that Bitcoin is going to break this potential triple top. But ultimately guys, we all know where Bitcoin is going, and yes, if we're going to break out from this major range, we could expect this major push towards the upside. But yes, you also need to be prepared that we could expect some further manipulation, maybe even the price movement comes all the way back down to the range low. But ultimately guys, this is just a major manipulation to get you out of Bitcoin and some major altcoins. And talking about some major altcoins, let's go over to Solana, because yes, on the daily chart, this was my buying area. After we saw this consolidation and this retracement, we saw that the price movement of Solana came all the way back up to the 190 US dollar level, but then we saw this retracement. But on the daily chart, we can see that we're forming this perfect symmetrical triangle. And if we're going to look at this price target all the way from a conservative measured move from the potential breakout point, which we're going to mark exactly here at the 61.8, because here we had some previous resistance and also support during this major push towards the upside. And yes guys, our price target is going to be exactly the $280 for Solana. And if we're going to look at the measured price movement all the way from the current price, we're going to expect a pump of at least 80% towards the upside. But this isn't going to be the end for Solana, because I expect, yes guys, we could even reach the 1,000 US dollar level for Solana, in the best case even the 2,000 US dollar level. And ultimately guys, this is going to be a smart investment. And yes, even though we could expect a further retracement or this long consolidation within this phase, or even a dump underneath the psychological $100 level, guys, just use this opportunity to buy even more exactly here and to profit from this major discount, because ultimately guys, we could expect this major parabolic move not only for Solana but for the overall crypto market, and then it's going to be late to FOMO in exactly here at a new all-time high. So guys, if you want to buy crypto on the spot market or trade Bitcoin with a leverage, go down in the video description below where you receive a major deposit bonus. And yes, leave a comment in the comment section below which altcoin you would like me to cover. And guys, make sure to be for crypto, smash up the like button and subscribe, and we see each other in the next video.